There's a whole world around us that we can't see. Look, this is a normal room. Nothing really interesting going on here. But if we hit the lights with a special UV flashlight, whoa. All of a sudden this room is glowing. What's going on here? Well, this room was covered in a fine layer of dust, and when exposed to UV light, the dust particles absorb the energy and re-emit it as longer wavelength visible light. This is just one example of the incredible things you can see when you look at the world through a UV or ultraviolet light. You see, our eyes can only see a small portion of the electromagnetic spectrum, just this tiny little sliver here. But there's a whole lot more to see if you had eyes for it. For example, UV light is all around us when we're outside. The sun emits UV light, but luckily for us, most of it gets filtered out by the atmosphere before it reaches the surface. But there's still plenty to go around, especially in this part of the spectrum called the UVC, which can cause damage to our skin and eyes. That's why you're probably going to want to wear protection when you're out in the sun. But UVC is also everywhere inside this box. This is a pretty common brand of clear sticky tape, and when exposed to UV light, it glows an eerie green. That's because the molecules in the plastic are absorbing the UV light and getting excited. Then they release the energy as light of a longer wavelength, which our eyes can see. Lots of things that we use every day are made of polymers like this. And when exposed to UV lights, they begin to glow. So, this tape is actually fluorescing. It's emitting longer wavelength light than it's absorbing. But some polymers do both. They absorb UV light and re-emit it almost instantly without getting very excited. This is called You can actually see these two effects in this sticker. Doesn't look like much in regular light, but under UV it glows a brilliant red. So these polymers are great at absorbing UV light. And they don't even need to get very excited to re-emit it. These glow-in-the-dark stickers are another example of phosphorescence. They absorb UV light and then re-emit it as longer wavelength light. And since they're not getting very excited, they can keep doing this for a long time. Hours, even. So next time you're outside, take a look at the plants and trees. Do you see that glow? Now you know what's going on. You just can't see it with your eyes.